My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we're going to look at what has your person realized about you, the connection, themselves, and then we're going to look at their heart space energy for you. How are they processing you mentally? Okay, so let's get into this today. For their energy generally, I'm going to be using the Oracle of Visions by Ciro Machete. I just want to remind you guys that our final sale for the year ends tonight at midnight, 24% off to close off 2024. And you can book future services for next year. You just let me know when you want these delivered and I will accommodate you. You can also book future classes as well. Okay? Alrighty. So let us get into this. Alright, let me put on my reading glass because I need to look at the details in these cards. Alright, so we see loads of masks, right? Loads of masks, and then we have these little Russian dolls that were pretty popular in the 80s. 60s to the 80s. These Russian dolls here where you keep on covering layers and layers and layers, right? I think this person has been wearing a mask for so long that to get to the bottom of who they are, the essence of who they are, there's still a lot that they're peeling back. Now, remember, we have been getting the message that this person is really doing their healing, their shadow work. We saw that. All the readings we've gotten for the past 2 months or so, we've gotten that. But this person has been layered on with so much mask gunk. Let's call it mask gunk. That just when they think they know who they are, there's something else that is peeled off. And just when you think, okay, well, this is the core essence of who I am, there's something else that's peeled off, right? So the layers of karmic lacquer, that's what I'm getting, or karmic nail polish that this person has put on during their lifetime seem to be infinite. Just when they think, okay, this is me, there's more. And this is programming from their family. It's a card number 41, which reduces to 5, which is the Hierophant. And that is about our programming, right? Dogma, those things that we get from our family, templates. So just when your person thinks that, okay, well, I've shed it, right? I've done the work, I've shed it. This is the real me. There's more. I know that's what awakening is all about, right? It's shedding the karmic gunk to reveal who you really are inside. All right, their energy generally, your person's energy generally. What are they doing here? They are in the energy of the Fool, right? And this is definitely following their own intuition. Now, this is someone who is marching to the tune of their own drum right now. They are listening to their own intuition. They're not listening to anybody else. No reader on YouTube, no trusted friend, no. They are listening to themselves. And as they listen to themselves, they are bringing the masculine and feminine within them into union. And once we get that into union within ourselves, then we see it on the outside of ourselves. So this is your person. They are following their intuition. Wherever their intuition is leading them, they are following it. Let's see a person's energies towards you. In the extended, if there's a third party connected to your connection, we're going to look at what have they realized about that person and that situation. We'll use the same format. Let's see a person's energies towards you at this time. We have ending a trauma, transform memories and symptoms. Now, as they get into balance with themselves through the shedding of the ego, through the shedding of programming, right? Family karma and drama, right? They are seeing you more clearly. And what they're also seeing clearly is what happened to you guys in the past. Now, I think when you guys interacted in the past, your person was seeing you through a particular lens, and that is a lens of trauma. And because it was seeing you through a lens of trauma, everything that you did, they misinterpreted it, right? And may have imputed dishonest motives behind your every action and behind some of the things that you said. So now that they're not bogged down by family drama, karma, and dogma, they are seeing your actions and your words in a different light. What they're also seeing is that in your connection, that's not the only connection that they did that to. So they're going back down memory lane and looking at all their relationships with fresh eyes, and they are seeing the part that they played in the demise of those relationships. And half of the things that they thought were happening, right? That people were deceiving them, abandoning them, didn't love them, that kind of thing. They are realizing it simply was not the objective truth. That was simply the lens within which they were seeing people at that time, the lens of trauma. So everything is skewed negatively. So now that they're shedding that, they're looking back and they're seeing they basically manifested the end of a lot of their relationships through their own insecurities and their own trauma. Right? So we're talking about someone who used to be incredibly paranoid in relationships. Right? If you don't answer their text within 5 seconds, they're already jumping the gun and getting on crazy and all that kind of stuff. Right? So their own abandonment wounds or whatever else was there sabotage a connection, and they're seeing now how they allowed that to sabotage your relationship. Their energy towards you. We have self-creation. Be the author of your own life. So now your person's realizing they're very powerful. And just as how they created dysfunction, drama, and chaos in the past, they also have the power to create the life and the relationship that they truly want. And it looks like they want to create that with you. And they're realizing that they can't succumb to their fears if they want to manifest that beautiful relationship that they think that you guys can have, right? They have to follow their intuition. They have to follow their own inner guidance, right? They can't succumb to their shadows and their own inner demons. And sometimes the inner demons that they've been fighting is not even their own. It's their family's inner demons, right? Their family's trust issues. So they're realizing that, right? If they can create chaos, they can also create harmony. If they can make war, they can make peace. They're realizing that they're a lot more powerful than they think. They're not a passive bystander in their life. They are an active co-creator with the other people around them and with the universe. Let's clarify these cards. So they're listening to their intuition. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. They can't succumb to their fears, because if they succumb to their fears, they're going to create much of what they created in the past. And a lot of those will just ended in disaster. All right. The 10 of Cups in reverse. They're realizing they have been manifesting these 10 of Cups in reverse situations. And it is because they grew up in a 10 of Cups in reverse situation, right? Where people didn't listen to their intuition like what this person's doing here. They just reacted out of fear, right? So a lot of projections. All right, so we see them here. Generally, they're listening to their own intuition, right? They're not listening to anybody else, right? We have the Page of Swords in reverse. It looks like they're looking back in the past and they're seeing, how much their true self was repressed or restricted, how much of their own truth was suppressed, right? So it's like they're reclaiming their identity, right? Yeah, stepping into their truth. They're really working on themselves. We have the Eight of Pentacles here, right? Stepping into their true self. And as they do that, they release that wounded inner child that's just been basically wreaking havoc in all the relationships. So recognizing that they're an active co-creator in their life. And if they want something that's harmonious with you, they have to show up. And they have to show up as the King of Pentacles. And I always think that the King of Pentacles is the most well-rounded king, because not only is he incredibly powerful and he's a good leader, but he's also a nurturer, right? He's a nurturer. He's a provider. So they're realizing if they want a partner that is well-rounded, holistically grounded, they have to show up like this. Okay? All right. Now, what have they realized about you and the connection? What have they realized about you and the connection? We have Five of Cups in reverse. We have Seven of Pentacles. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. And we have the Lovers. So what have they realized about you and this connection? Well, they know that you are the one, right? And it really frustrates them because it feels like they don't have complete access to you at this time, or not the kind of access that they want, right? Whatever is happening, they are not in the kind of relationship that they want with you, right? They don't have access for some reason, right? And that really frustrates them. But what they also realize through this frustration, and it could be because, as I said, they don't have access, is that if they want to mend things between you guys, right? And really smooth over the really rough patches that you guys have gone through, they have to make the investment. They have to do the work. They have to show you that they are serious, right? So they can't come towards you with any kind of fly-by-night kind of plan right now, right? They have to show you that you are willing to take those grounded steps to really nurture this relationship. That's what they're realizing. They're realizing that you're not going to accept anything less than that. They're also realizing as well that you are no longer waiting on them. That you have options. That you have options. And if they don't show up in any kind of grounding way, you're just going to explore those options. Right? So you have changed. Right? And that change in vibration is also making them realize that they can no longer take your presence in their life for granted. Because I think that's what they were doing, right? They just assume, okay, well, you'll always be there. That's my. She says she's my twin. He says my twin, right? They'll always be there. But your person's realizing, yeah, you might always be there energetically for sure, but certainly if they don't step up, the dynamics of your relationship in the 3D will definitely change. And they may have less access to your energy. Because you are not waiting around. Three of Wands in reverse. You're done with the waiting. You are moving on. What has your person realized about themselves in this connection? What's their latest realization? We have the Four of Swords. They got a lot of healing to do, right? I think this person thought that they were perfect. Yeah. And not just in your relationship, in all their relationships, right? It's that person's fault. When you hear them talk about their past relationships, yes, this person did that to me, that person did that to me. You can never hear them accept responsibility. You know what? Yeah, this person might have done that, but I also, no, you can never hear that, right? They are always the victim, right? But your person's realizing there's a lot of healing that they need to do around this victimhood. What else have they realized? We have, what is this? The 9 of Wands in reverse. They're also realizing that a lot of their behavior has been coping mechanisms to ensure that they don't come across as powerless and vulnerable. That's what they're realizing. That a lot of the way in which they project themselves in the world is to ensure that they don't get taken advantage of. But the way that they do that is so abrasive and that it alienates other people. So that's what they're realizing. Yet they don't want to be hurt. But at the same time, the inability to be vulnerable is pushing a lot of people away. What else have they realized about themselves? We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. They're also realizing that if they don't take their healing seriously and if they don't make the change that they're being guided to make at this point, they are going to lose forever. And by forever I mean in this lifetime, right? And by lose the opportunity to be with you in the 3D. And that if they don't change, even if they're not with you, they're also going to destroy the other partnerships that they may have around them. What else have they realized about themselves? We have the 5 of Swords, and this is a card of self-sabotage. Yeah, realizing now that they have sabotaged their connections with their stoicism and their bad behavior. Because for some of them, their bad behavior is how they tested that person's love and commitment. But ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody has time for that from an adult. Nobody has time for that. Right? There's enough exams in life. They don't expect it in love. Nobody's got time for that. So they realize that they sabotage their connections with their bad behavior. When your person thinks about you and they think about this connection, how do they process this connection mentally? What's going on in their headspace? Whoa, what's that? We have the Page of Swords, right? And this is the energy of keeping tabs on someone. It's also the energy of wanting to communicate, but it's like small communication, like a text message kind of thing. We have the 5 of Pentacles, feeling alone and abandoned. We have the King of Pentacles, wanting to show up as stable in your life, but they may also see you as that, like you have all your shit together, right? And you don't need them. And remember, this person is a person who needs to be needed, because once they are needed, then they are assured that you will not abandon them. And they see you as the Empress, right? So they see you as a creator energy. They see that you have created the life that you wanted. They see that everything comes to you effortlessly. You don't have to fight for it. Okay? They see that your feminine with the moon and your masculine energies are always in balance, right? So you're not there, you're not a pushover at all, right? If they mess around, they are going to get your claws. You can't protect yourself. You can nurture and you can protect yourself. So they see you as a very whole individual and someone who does not need anybody in their life. And that's kind of scary to this person because they think at any moment you can just discard them. But that's their abandonment issues, right? There's nothing you can do about that. I was getting something with this King of Pentacles, but it's gone. Maybe it'll come back. Let me continue. Let's look at their heart space energy for you. When they think about you and they think about this connection, where is their heart at? What's going on in the heart space? They may also think that you may have other people who are interested in you that's more stable, who are more stable than they are. And that's intimidating for them. We have victim mode. Yeah, they've always been the victim, right? They've always been the victim. When they think about you and they think about this connection, where is their heart at? What's the emotions that come up for them? We have heartbroken. Yeah. Because they feel the change in you. They know that things are not going to be the same. Right? They know they can't mess around. Right? So they are heartbroken. When they think about you, we have manipulative. And they know, right, whether subconsciously or consciously, that, they may have tried to control the situation. They may have tried to control you, but it just didn't work. It feels like their manipulation backfired. So they know, they know that what happened in this connection and maybe the dissolution of it, it's because they were trying too hard to control the trajectory of this connection and the pace of this connection. Everything had to be on their own timing. And it feels like you've broken out of that kind of loop. We have open, right? I think because of what's happening, they're really open to this connection now, and it's kind of busted their heart open. So all these different emotions are pouring out, and that's something that they might be trying to cope with as well. And I think it also makes them feel very vulnerable. So a lot of them may be staying away for that reason. Heart space energy for you. Codependent. They want you, they need you, they're obsessed. I'm with you. And I think it's all been triggered by the fact that you are no longer pandering to their every woman fancy. Okay? You are doing you, and that's coming over loud and clear to this person. Okay. So in the extended, we're going to look at the third party or karmic relationship. We'll use the same format, and then we're going to ask what's going to be a person's next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading. But if you're not able to join me in the extended, please let me get a word of advice from Spirit for you at this time. And this is from the True Love reading cards. Underneath the deck, we have luminosity. So know that you are shining bright right now, right? You are a star, right? This person clearly is not your only option, right? There are many people and there are many good things that are going to be attracted to you at this time because you are loving yourself completely, right? And you're certainly loving yourself more than you love this person, which was a shift that needed to happen. We have yin yang, okay? So this is all about creating balance within ourselves in order to feel it on the outside. Let's see what they have about yin yang right now. And it's certainly what the lesson that they're learning. It says, strive for harmony and balance in your inner and outer life through change, reflection, and growth. Love, relationships, and life in general are infused with the yin and yang energies of both the feminine and the masculine. When feminine and masculine energies flow well together and around each other, you will be blessed with harmony, balance, abundance, and joy. When there's too much of one energy, or when one is weak, you will be challenged in certain areas of your life and in relationships. In an existing relationship, there may be too much yin if the female is dominant in some way. Maybe the home is too pretty and the male cannot find a place where he feels comfortable, or their lives have become all about the children and the sexual. Yang energy has disappeared. If there's too much yang present, the female may feel suppressed or controlled. Whatever the imbalance, it needs to be addressed. If you're seeking your soulmate, take a minute to sit quietly and tune in to your own balance of yin and yang. Okay, something's coming for me there. Do you have a tendency to be too passive, too much yin, with a potential partner, or too aggressive, too much yang? If you always let the other person make the decisions, or if you're always the one trying to make something happen, then it's time to create more balance. You have drawn this card today so that you can consider the levels of yin and yang in your life and make adjustments where necessary. Make the required changes in your behavior, environment, and even your wardrobe. Outer change must be accompanied by inner reflection and growth. Contemplate the yin-yang symbol, then close your eyes and meditate on the feeling of the energies being balanced and harmonious once more. Call in whichever one you feel you need more of and wear a yin-yang symbol as a pendant for an even stronger connection to the balance and harmony it depicts. And just as I was reading that and that little meditation there, when you do that meditation, ask them to show you what percentage of yin you're occupying right now and what percentage of yang. Yeah. And then you can always ask for advice as to how to balance them. Just believe what you hear, right? You're not making things up. So you go into your meditative state, or if you're praying, and ask. Just ask and see what happens, right? The universe is always listening and they always answer. All right? All right, my love, so that was your reading. Don't forget the sale ends tonight at midnight. Okay? And I'm sending you guys so much love, so much positive energy today. Take care. Much love.